Hi, welcome back to Bocce's Corner. We're in my kitchen. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Barb, and I am going to attempt a new recipe. I'm actually gonna try and follow the recipe, and it's gonna be sage chicken with creamy potatoes. And the reason I'm doing this is because I purchased almost a year ago a package of split chicken breast, bone in, skin on, from Flash Food. And I didn't realize it was bone in. And it was like, I don't know how to use this. What's the best way to use this chicken? And I happened to be going through some cookbooks. I'm purging. And I came across this one, Half-Baked Harvest. Super simple. And I saw this recipe. So perfect. Couldn't be more perfect. So I'm going to give this a shot and see how it comes out. So I did take out my chicken. I thawed out some bacon because it calls for some bacon. So I'll use some of the strips and then the rest I'll have to do them maybe in the oven and put them in the freezer as fully cooked. And I did have to pick up some potatoes. I didn't have any potatoes, and I don't think the potatoes that I have dry canned would work for this because they're already cooked. So I picked up some little yellow potatoes. I don't have any fresh sage, but I do have dry sage. So I have a conversion. Oh, don't mind this mess. I gotta clean this up. But I have a conversion chart on herbs from fresh to dry, so that I tend to use that quite a bit when I don't have the fresh. Let's get to it. So the recipe calls for 3 slices of the thick bacon. So I'm going to do that first. I need to cut it up. And the rest I'm going to put on this cookie sheet. I've got my oven preheating to 350. So I think it might be best if I just get this out of the way first. I don't know why I do this every single time with all the packages, knowing I'm not going to be able to open it. That's why I have my scissors out. But I just needed to test it. Alright, so here's my 3 slices. And the rest I'll put on the cookie sheet, or on the sheet pan. Maybe I need a bigger sheet pan. So when the oven's done preheating, I'll pop that in. I had it in the oven for 30 minutes at 350 degrees. Not in the middle rack, but like one down from the middle. So now I'm just going to take my bacon and put them on my paper towel, let them drain a little bit. I like them crispier, but when I do these like this, they crisp up in the microwave when I go to use them. So this is perfect. If I wanted them crispier, I could have left them in. It might still crisp up even more by just sitting here. We'll find out. what I think I'm gonna do, instead of using this big thing, I'm going to use just a screen and see if I can screen it through just into this jar. This is my bacon grease I keep in the refrigerator. So I got about 1/4 of a cup, I think. Eyeballing it. And this will go back in the refrigerator. And now this I am so tempted to eat one right now, but I know if I eat one, they're like potato chips. You can't stop with just one. I can literally eat the entire amount here. So I'm better off not even trying. This is gonna go in the freezer. Never forget to label your items that you put in the freezer, especially when it's easy to get lost in the back and then you don't remember what it was. I'm getting everything prepped and ready to go here. So I have a cup of half and half. It calls for a cup of heavy cream. I'm going to use half and half because I don't have heavy cream. I have 2 cups of chicken broth, half a cup of grated Parmesan cheese. I've got my bacon sliced up as you saw. I do not have fresh sage like I mentioned, but I did find this one here that I'm going to use. So it calls for, oh, let me see, 2 tablespoons of chopped fresh sage leaves, which will equal 1 tablespoon of dried. I have ground. So I'm going to use the ground just to use this up. I also need 2 tablespoons of fresh thyme. I don't have fresh thyme, but I do have the dried thyme. So I'm going to do, it converts to 3/4 of a tablespoon of dried. And what, Dijon. I have my Dijon, so I need 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard. I'm supposed to have 3 garlic cloves minced. I think I'm going to use my garlic cloves that I have in my olive oil. So I think I'm going to use this. I'm supposed to do the bacon first. And once the bacon is crisped up, I'm supposed to pull it out, put it on a paper towel, and wipe out all the bacon grease out of the pan, and then put olive oil and garlic and all that. I don't think I'm going to get rid of my bacon grease. I think I'm going to use my bacon grease. But let's see how much renders off. If it's a lot, then I'll take some of it out. So I'm just going to get going. I want to chop up my potatoes, so that's next. So let's continue on here. Okay, I failed to hit play when I was cutting up my potatoes, but they're all cut up and ready to go. Now I'm going to go ahead and start rendering my bacon. I've got my pan heating up on a medium. I've got my oven preheating to 400. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to render my bacon. So I need to salt and pepper the chicken. And I'm going to do the other side once I get this into the pan. And I need to sear it in this pan for about 5, I guess it says 3 to 5 minutes per side. So now I guess I do have to crush my garlic because I did not use any olive oil. I'm just going with what was in the pan from the bacon grease. I did remove some of the grease, but not all of it. Now I have to crush in some garlic. Stir it in. I need I'm going to pour in some chicken broth. I don't want my garlic to burn. They're starting to burn. Oh, that's thyme. I need a tablespoon of sage. This is a half a tablespoon. Actually, it's ground, so I'm not going to do a full tablespoon. I don't know. I'm struggling here. Okay, I was supposed to add the potatoes before I added the broth, but that's okay. But now I need to scatter the potatoes around the chicken. It says to pour in my cream. Add the cream, mustard, Parmesan cheese. I don't know how, but I'm gonna try. Two tablespoons. I need my Parmesan cheese, half a cup. I think I got everything in here. Let's see. I've got, let's see. Place the bacon, yep. In the same pan, heat the olive oil. I did not use olive oil. When the oil shimmers, add the chicken, sear. Stir in garlic, sage, and cook until fragrant, about 1 minute or more. Well, that didn't happen. Scatter potatoes. Add the wine. I use chicken broth, not wine. Cream, mustard, and Parmesan. Season with salt and pepper. Bring to a boil and reduce the heat to low. Sprinkle with the thyme leaves and crispy bacon. Transfer the pan to the oven. Okay, so I need to put the bacon back on. Alright, bacon's on to a boil, simmering. I have my oven heated to 400. I'm putting it in. for 30 minutes. All right, let's see where we're at. Oh yeah, we are there. Perfect. This smells so good. Now I need to find something to, what I want to do is I want to take the chicken out and put it on a plate and stir everything up, mix it all together. Let's see how these work. This really smells good. Oh my goodness. I hope it tastes as good as it smells. But it doesn't look like the picture in the cookbook. And if I make this again, I'm not going to make the mistake of adding everything in separately. I'm going to do all the liquids together, mix them all together, and pour it all in at once. Not like what they were telling me to do in the cookbook. But I did follow the cookbook. I'm so proud of myself. So I'm not gonna cut into the chicken just yet. I'm gonna cover the chicken and let it sit. Let this rest until it's time to eat. So this is not a meal prep. This is a dinner. Come on, try a potato. Oh, Bella smells this. She wants to come back in. All right. Well, potato is definitely cooked through perfectly. Oh, this is good. The only thing I need to salt and pepper. I'm going to turn the heat on and thicken it up. I think I'm going to do a cornstarch slurry into this. Bring it up to a simmer. All right, I've got my cornstarch slurry here. I'm just going to move some potatoes out of the way and just get it in there. I want to turn this up a little bit hot, even though it's boiling. Just want it to get hot enough to thicken up. Let the cornstarch do its thing. The other thing I think I would do is not put the bacon on it before it's completely done. I would wait next time and sprinkle it in the end when it's ready to be served. Oh, this looks beautiful. Very nice. I'm going to make myself a little plate here. Why not, right? Oh, the flavor is out of this world. Let me, I just want a little bit of chicken. Just a little bit. I know it's the wrong knife. Oh my goodness. This is so delicious. This is awesome. Okay, so I'm just going to throw some veggies together and put some veggies on the side. So thank you once again for joining me in Bocce's Corner in my kitchen while I tried this sage chicken recipe. And I actually followed the directions. And this is one of those that I should have known that the pan was too hot just to add garlic to it. I should have did all the liquids like I said and poured it in over the potatoes and everything and then put it in the oven. But this very good flavor. More than likely, I will make this again. I will type out the recipe in the description box if you want to give it a try. I would say it's well worth it. So I hope to see you soon. Until next time.